In this morning's Celtic FC news we talk about Scotland's dodgy referees, a striker in January and Celtic FC transfer trends. Ex-Celtic FC player, Chris Sutton talks about VAR. My big concern would be the people in charge of the VAR. The standard of officials is so poor in Scotland, who will be the ones that can be relied on to get the big calls right, when sitting in a van or studio? It could lead to even more problems. We all know what Scottish football is like. There would be conspiracy theories about who is making the big calls. But it's all down to competence. We've already seen numerous questionable decisions this season, and it shouldn't even need VAR to have got those ones right. He added, I don't know if full-time referees are required, whether it's more training or even bringing in foreign refs, but there simply has to be a rise in standards of officiating first. I also can't believe it's taken this long. We've been talking about VAR in Scotland for years. Yet now we have a meeting that says the clubs might fancy it, but it'll be put to a vote in a few months' time. Scotland have been left behind, and it's no wonder Scottish referees are being shut out when it comes to the big games with UEFA. Of course, it is necessary for the long run. If it's done correctly. It can't be half-hearted or with people who don't know what they are doing. It would do more damage to the game than good, but if they improve the refs, deepening the talent pool and properly get to grips with the game, then it can work here in the long run, but in the short term it will be more hassle than it's worth with the current crop of officials. Willie Collum will be in charge for Motherwell v Celtic tomorrow, his second Celtic SPFL match of this season. With Ewan Anderson, Kevin Clancy and Bobby Madden also getting 2 of Celtic's first 8 matches, it seems that even the SFA don't trust the pool of referees that they have for the major fixtures. So far 16 referees have taken charge of Premiership fixtures. Despite the expanded format, no Scottish referees were used by UEFA at the European Championships this summer. Celtic FC decided not to move for Kevin Nisbet in the summer, but after Albion Ajeti's latest failed audition, the Hoops shouldn't make the same mistake in January. Kevin Nisbet's abilities don't just end with his goal scoring. Nisbet also offers a towering presence in the final third with strong aerial ability. He can hold the ball up and bring others into play, making him an ideal option for Ange Postecoglou's one-up-front system. The Hibs man possesses the traits that Ajeti just doesn't have. Yes, Postecoglou only plays a one-up-top system, but you still need 3 reliable strikers you can count on. Kyogo and Georgos Giakoumakis will hopefully be 2 of them, but we know we can't rely on Ajeti anymore. Besides, Celtic should still have at least 3 reliable strikers in any case. There will be times when Postecoglou wants to go with 2 up top. Even if Ajeti would be more suited to a partner, Nisbet would be far more effective. Granted, it's not as easy as simply selling Ajeti. You need both a buyer and an agreement. The fact is still even here is a sign we haven't had much on the way of those over the summer. But Celtic can't afford a repeat of what happened in September. Ajeti had a run in the team and we were toothless in the final third. A repeat of that and we're in big bother. Acquiring Nisbet in January, even at £4 million, would be worth it if we avoided another run like that. Hopefully, Celtic spring back into action in the new year and make a move for the Hibs star. If we don't, you can bet someone else will. What do you Celtic fans think? Should we be going for another Hibs player? Are the days of Celtic making transfer moves from within Scotland over? This downward trajectory of signing players from within Scotland is perhaps just a trend. However, the talents have certainly been there. In prior years, you could imagine Celtic taking a punt on Doig or Nisbet. David Turnbull signed from Motherwell and was Player of the Year in his first season. There's nothing to say Celtic won't go in that direction again. Do you see it happening soon, though? Likely, Postecoglou will have noted some talents during his brief spell in Scotland. However, in terms of longer-term value, Celtic have got more joy out of scoping for rough diamonds in lesser-known locales. Can't wait for some real good Celtic FC news. Told you this would be a long week, Celtic fans, with nothing stories. Anyways, the aim is to bring out Celtic NFC news daily. Celtic news from Celtic fans. Make sure you subscribe.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up.